All right, thanks for that, Noah. Well, the Van Buren Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating a missing woman. Officers say 72-year-old Sharon Brasher was last seen Monday night. Her clothing description is unknown. Police say she may be driving a blue 2014 Jeep Cherokee with Arkansas license plate 323258 and could be heading south toward El Dorado. Family members say Brasher has health issues that could have them concerned for her safety. Anyone with information about her whereabouts is urged to contact the Van Buren Police Dispatch. As the Iran war pushes up oil and gas prices even higher, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is back on Capitol Hill, where he will likely once again face tough questions about the war, this time from Senate Democrats. Natalie Brand reports from the White House.
Secretary Pete Hegseth returned to Capitol Hill, appearing Thursday before the Senate Armed Services Committee.
We're rebuilding a military that the American people can be proud of.
Democrats on the panel questioned the strategy behind the operation in Iran.
Since your last public testimony, you and President Trump have unwisely taken the United States to war with Iran.
Today's hearing comes amid a pivotal deadline Friday. The War Powers Resolution of 1973 states presidents must terminate the use of armed forces after 60 days unless Congress declares war or authorizes it.
Negotiations with Iran have stalled, and President Trump says the U.S. blockade on Iranian ports will remain in place until the regime abandons its nuclear weapons ambitions.
They have to cry uncle. That's all they have to do. Just say, we give up. We give up.
In a new statement, Iran's supreme leader said the regime will protect its nuclear and missile capabilities, writing that Americans belong at the bottom of the Persian Gulf. As the standoff drags on, oil surged overnight to $126 a barrel before falling. AAA says gas prices jumped to an average of $4.30 a gallon, the highest since 2022.
I deliver food, so it definitely sucks because I'm not making as much money doing this anymore because most of the money goes to gas.
The Pentagon said Wednesday the war has cost the U.S. $25 billion so far. Some lawmakers say they believe that estimate is low. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, gas prices are up over 40% since the start of the war with Iran, recently jumping with an increase in oil prices. AAA says the national average for regular gas is $4.30 a gallon. That's the highest price in nearly 4 years. And here in Arkansas, the average price is about $3.80. Some experts say a combination of factors may keep prices from coming down anytime soon, and the busy summer travel season is coming up, which will likely push up demand. Well, a nearly decade-old murder case in Sequoyah County is moving forward. 3 men are facing charges in this nearly decade-old case for the second time in the death of Matthew Fagan. He disappeared after a hiking trip near Lake Tenkiller in 2016. Michael Snelling, Tyler Leverett, and Charles Blake Shamblin, who were all originally charged in the case. The case was later dismissed after Fagan's body was never found until DNA evidence recently confirmed his remains. The Sequoyah County Sheriff says 1 suspect is in custody while 2 others are out of state and believed to be wanted by U.S. Marshals.
The suspects actually admitted to killing Mr. Fagan, but there was some discrepancies in where they disposed of the body, so they weren't able to ever find the body.
Prosecutors also say the trio is now charged with first-degree murder and accessory after the fact. The county sheriff says new warrants have been issued. And Baptist Health is cutting more services in Fort Smith and laying off about 150 employees, including 10 physicians. The hospital says the cuts come as it's being paid less while costs continue to rise. Back in March, Baptist Health announced it would close labor and delivery obstetrics and NICU services. Now it's also eliminating inpatient care like oncology and infectious disease. Several clinic services, including cardiology, pediatrics, and neurology, are also being phased out. Last week, we spoke with Fort Smith State Representative Ryan Rose, who says he does not believe the hospital will fully close.
I know that there's heartburn and concern from a number of companies and corporations in the River Valley who've given a similar story and then closed their doors not too long after. So I recognize that. And I'm not saying that I'm 100% confident that their plan's going to work.
Those changes are set to take effect in 60 days. The hospital says there are no planned changes at its Baptist Health campus in Van Buren. And at the Arkansas State Capitol, the governor has signed next year's budget into law. Both chambers passed an identical $6.7 billion budget for the upcoming year, more than $200 million above last year's spending. Lawmakers met for about 3 weeks to finalize appropriations with a major focus on education funding. The fiscal session is now over, and the new budget will take effect July 1st. And now Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders has officially called a special session of the General Assembly set to begin May 4th at 3 p.m. in Little Rock. The session is expected to focus on lowering the state income tax, including a proposal to reduce the top individual rate to 3.7%. Well, some of the biggest names in professional fishing are in Northwest Arkansas this week. The Major League Fishing Bass Pro Tour is making its first ever stop at Beaver Lake, bringing 51 fishermen to compete for a $125,000 prize. Anglers will catch, weigh, and release fish immediately, and their totals update live throughout the day. This is the first fishing tournament in Northwest Arkansas in nearly a decade. Representatives with Destination Rogers say it will offer economic impact.
It's estimated at $3.5 million just for this weekend alone, and we're hoping to keep bringing this tournament back. We haven't had a fishing tournament in the area since 2017, so it's been a little bit over a decade, so we're super excited to have this here. It's going to help support local businesses, gas stations, hotels, restaurants.
In person, you can do so at the Prairie Creek Recreation Area. Anglers launch each morning at 6:15 and the tournament runs through Sunday. Also happening today, Blue Buffalo and Best Friends Animal Society are inviting the community to celebrate National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day with a special adoption event in Bentonville. The third annual celebration will take place from 5 to 7 tonight at the Best Friends Pet Resource Center. Organizers say the free event will feature music, family-friendly activities, and plenty of opportunities to meet adoptable dogs and cats. Adoption fees will be covered, giving families the chance to welcome a new pet into their home.